Hi everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to go over the newest version of Monster Strike 27.0. We got most of it through the 10-year anniversary event at the end of last month. We got a little bit more from news, and there's still a few things that you might not have seen on stream that they had on the website. So without further ado, let's go over all of the updates and make sure you don't miss out on the new stuff that's happened. Obviously, the first thing you can tell is that the UI has been changed slightly. The orange area has a bit more texture to it. The only thing that is a little bit obvious that I don't like is that the inner ring in the rank is kind of like has a really dark gradient to it that kind of makes it hard to see. I don't know. Something about it is just off that I don't like. But the texture, the button resizing, that's all fine. There's not really much besides that, but there is a little bit of a look and feel change here on the homepage. For those of you who are complaining, you won't even remember what it looked like before after like a few weeks, so whatever. Anyway, biggest thing is, of course, the normal quests have been renewed. You can go here, swipe over, and then click the normal icon here. You'll see that there are 5 new quests added here on the top of the list for a total of 40 different quests. All of these quests have been shrunk down so that they only have 2 stages, with exception for the first one where you will still have 4. You will unfortunately need to go through everything again, but everything else aside from that first one has 1 stage to complete and a bonus stage to complete. If you add up all of the orbs you see on the right side, that is over 150 orbs that you can re-earn just by clearing these normal quests. Once you finish the last mission up here, you can pick up that awesome transcension for the Sanctuary Dragon here. So make sure you take the time to do that so that you can get the rewards. Also, you may have, well, actually probably don't remember, there was actually a campaign here to get double drops for normal quests. I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but that campaign no longer exists in the game. So for those of you who did use it, sorry about that. Alright, next up is the summary of all the resets that have happened as a result of 27.0. Of course, the biggest one that I'm sure people were scrambling after was the library reset. That has been cleared off, and you can now re-earn these orbs for clearing one of these stages again. Now, for those of you who have actually gone through the efforts and completed these stages, if you have completed both of the difficulties, you only need to do the lowest difficulty to get the reward. I'm not sure doing that for a Gozetsu is the best example, but for example, if we just did like a standard Q-Kyoku quest, right? And I didn't do all that. Here we go. I could get my orb by just clearing the Kiwami difficulty, the lower difficulty of Origa here, right? Because I have already completed it, all I need to do is rejigger the system to say, hey, give me the reward. So a lower difficulty is good enough. But as you can see here, I didn't do all of the fire one. If, for example, you did not complete both, then you must complete the higher difficulty to get the rewards. Because when you clear the higher difficulty, the bottom one automatically becomes cleared too, or anything other. There could be 3 for the really old. So keep that in mind to help you save some time. And if you are playing today, you do have fire as no stamina, or sorry, not stamina still gets spent, but library points don't get spent. If you do everything all over again, that is over 780 orbs that you can pick up from the library. Now, the co-op bonus reset has been also enabled so that when you play with new strikers, you will get 1 orb each for each new person you play. However, do keep in mind that for those of you who have played this game for a long time, that they did renew this system not a few versions, it's been a while, but you can only get co-op orbs 5 per day. So you can't just binge co-op in 1 day to get all 100. You will have to do it over a course of 20 days. So please be careful about that. And of course, the last thing from the resets is the mission resets. If you go to this tab here, you will notice that this Spend stamina mission has been reset. You are back down to 0, and you can start earning orbs and orb tickets again by spending that much stamina. It will alternate between orbs and orb tickets, but you can get 10 of each in the end as a result of that. They also added some new missions to, be able to handle the veterans of this game who are still playing to the limit. You can now also get some additional rewards for playing and clearing quests up to 300k times. I think the previous cap was 250k. You will get 1 orb for each 1,000 plays or clears, starting from 251k. And if instead that hits the 10k mark, you will get 5 orbs instead. They've also updated the login bonus missions, which now goes up to 4,050 days. For this, you will get the standard 10 orbs for every 50 days. And if it happens to be day 4,000, you will get 550 orbs. And 4,015 is probably a multiple of 365. And for hitting that year landmark, you will also get 50 orbs. So pretty awesome there. And for those of you who do want to pay the game and get a little additional orbs per day, you have the login stamp premium discount here. This happened before, where the first month where this campaign was active, you would be able to get this for 480 yen, which is normally 1,000 yen. But that only is active for 1 month. If you want to continue to get those orbs, the price goes back up to 1,000 yen. And like I said, 1 orb for 30 days on login. Now, some in-game buffs here. If you go to your box and look at the search feature here, you'll see that there is now a new drop-down here. Without changing anything, the topmost option here is monster name. That means you can search for any monster by name. That is how it existed up until now. So if you want to look for Lorelai, you can type that in and you'll be good. But now you have the option to actually search for bump combo. And what the heck is Lore and bump? Oh, Felloraiser. We'll catch up. But like maybe you just want to get all of the explosion bomb combos, right? So I can type in Bakuhatsu, right? Here. And then it'll just give me another way to find all monsters that have a blast bump combo, which is pretty nice if you know Japanese. But this is an important note for those of you who can do Japanese, that it has to be the characters exactly. You can't just write the pronunciation, the furigana of the characters to find it, because you saw that Bakuhatsu was able to find. But if I were to do that in hiragana, right, Bakuhatsu, same thing. You won't get any hits because Bakuhatsu in hiragana is not actually represented in the monsters themselves. And this also applies to Strike Shot, right? You can't just type in Bakuhatsu in hiragana because that's not how it's written in game. So please be careful about that if you are able to search for monsters. A sell quickly option has been changed slightly. If you go to the sell screen here, you can click this blue button. That's always been there before, but now you can select to auto choose 4-star monsters and 5-star monsters. The 5-star monster is a new one. You can click that, and then you get an option to also get rid of monsters that were not from the gacha. You cannot try and select 5-star or less and from the gacha. The game will prevent you from doing it, and with good reason too, right? 5-star monsters are either 4 or 5-star monsters that you've evolved, so there's probably a reason why you've evolved them, or they are yet to be 6-star monsters and you would never want to delete them. So the game is just preventing you from doing stupid things, and let's be honest, people will do stupid things. This is a good thing to stop them. If you want to actually get rid of premium gacha monsters, like for example the garbage 4-star monsters, you can do that if you select 4-star or less, and then click the green button, and you can see all the 4-star or less monsters that are in your box. Now you can see that those are all collab monsters, so you probably don't want to do that. You never know when they will come in handy. So up to you to be careful when you mass delete. If you have any questions, make sure you ask before you do anything. So, also a note that they had on the website that before you would get a warning when you were mass deleting 4-star monsters, that warning no longer exists. It only happens when you sell 5-star monsters or more, which makes sense, I think. So be careful about that. Again, when you're selling, make sure you know what you're doing before you hit. Okay. There has been some tightening of the UI for the exchange type actions you can do in the game. They've all been collapsed into one menu here, which is great. This menu was getting really long, right? Maybe we can do something else here to change things. But the 4 menu items that have been combined can be found here. You've got the luck exchange area, you've got the medal exchange area, you've got the orb ticket exchange, and then you also have the Montama Lidora exchange that you can get from the Gacha Lidora card. They are all available here, and you just switch by the tabs on the top of the screen. Nothing else has changed within there. I think maybe this one is a little bit different on how you can switch from the metal monster to the actual in-game items that you can use before you start a quest. But other than that, everything else is exactly the same. Update for the Waku Waku stick, which is a thing that is very annoying. I have experienced. I'm sure a lot of you have done that as well. But for example, let's say you wanted to switch something from a monster to another one. I mean, I'm not gonna actually do it, so let's do that. Let's say it was full, right? Like, let's say that Grandioso here had 2 berries already. Before, this third option was not there, right? Now you can actually click this button to unlock it, but since this isn't a valid monster, maybe I could use a better example. Yeah, because I need something that already has 2 berries that would necessitate you to use a scroll. That already has 3. There we go, here. So let's say I wanted to give, Tampopo here, right? This is the Valentine's Temple? I think it's Valentine. Let's say you wanted to give her a 3rd berry. Before, you'd be like, oh, dang it, I don't have room for her. Let me go back. Let me use a scroll. Okay, it's open. Now let me go back here. Now I need to find Moo again. Now I need to find Tampopo again. And then I could finally do it. Well, good news. Now you can just click this button and then move it. You are good. Now, like you saw before, if it doesn't make sense, there's no need to use a scroll yet. You won't be given the option to do it. Only when you have hit this scenario where 2 are already existing, or you've hit the limit and you need that extra slot, will you be able to click that button. So, very good UI update for sure. Now, a small update to the schedule screen here. You will see 2 new buttons that will help filter the schedule a little bit for you. By default, you go to the Chumoku screen, which are any events that come in through the schedule, show up at the top of the event list. That's unchanged, but now you can click the second button, which says Zetsu Q. And hopefully, you recognize that first kanji, the Zetsu. That's at the end of all of the high difficulty quests, right? Impossible is Cho Zetsu. Colossal is Baku Zetsu. The Go Zetsu. And I already forgot what the new difficulty name was. But they all end with Zetsu, so all impossible or higher difficulty quests can be found in this stage, and you will only see those difficulty quests here, which I think is great. The third button here says Mikria, and Mikria means have not cleared yet. So any quest that you have not finished yet will be shown up here. Now, this is of course in the event screen. I'm sure a lot of you ignore all of the 5-star, 4-star quests that show up there. I clearly do that as well. But anything that you have not cleared that will be in rotation will also show up here. Just another way to filter down some quests in the schedule. Now, if you click the right button here, we got the kurikaeshi to remind you when certain quests are showing up in game. You'll get a nice push notification for that. The top one, again, same button, says Zetsu will only show you Chozetsu or higher monster, and it does group them by difficulty from top down, so you can get an idea that way of what you need to still work on. The second new button is Mikuriya, and Mikuriya here, or sorry, I didn't update it. This is luck. There you go. Sorry. There you go. Luck is here, and this will split the group into monsters that you have not max lucked and monsters that you have max lucked. So you'll see that I have 651 monsters that I haven't max lucked, and then we scroll down here. There we go. 110 monsters that I have max lucked. So, you know, if you want some help to just really focus on the monsters that you have not cleared yet, there you go. Another way to help get that down for you easier. Now, a quick note: any monsters that only show up in the library, any monsters, you know, quests that have been completely transferred to the library, will not show up in the schedule, which makes sense, right? Because this is the schedule. Gimmicks UI. You know, I mean, this might be helpful if you're seeing some difficult stuff, right? That Japanese text that you see there under some of these difficult quests. Maybe you don't know what's actually going on here, right? Well, good news is if you click the question mark, it will give you a pictorial example of what's going on. Actually, this was a very bad example because there's actually nothing special going on there. And those are all easy quests. Let's see. Let's find a Gozetsu. Right, like here. Go here. Right, and so now you'll get a pictorial representation of what kind of gimmicks are there, right? The power change walls gimmick of Dokeso Kotori, right? That's a new one, but you know, you'll see like, oh, what is this? You know, just another nice way to help give people a visual example of what's going on. So I think this is a great update to just get, you know, an idea of what's going on firsthand visually for this stage. Also, a slight update to the items UI. If you go to your item collection here and then click your item list here, you'll now see an I button across all of those items. And if you click that, it will tell you where you can go to collect said item. Obviously in Japanese, but if you can recognize some of these characters, right, you should be able to see that this is Tenma, this is Kinki. You might have an idea of where to go. If not, just go ahead and ask us, you know, in the comments, Discord channel for help. But just another way to figure out where can I get this. It'll tell you how to get it. And then some small iconage updates in game to, you know, update the fact that we now have these new materials for Shinjushinkas. The button here has been updated, as well as if we look in the item screen here, you can actually see that new Shinjushinka item on the iconage there as well. Also, this is a new update that I don't understand, and unfortunately is going to hinder us English speaking folks a little bit. You'll see that the Monspot icon for the EXP bonus that you could get has been changed to a graduation cap instead. So please be careful that you don't skip over this bonus just because you don't see EXP anymore. The iconage has changed. And when you actually go to the calendar now, before you were able to see EXP times 2. There you go, right here. For whatever reason, they decided to change that into kanji, which looks terrible to read at such small size. I don't know why they did that. EXP looks so much better. I actually don't know. This baffles me, to be honest. Like, kanji looks terrible. EXP is actually readable. So, however, keep that in mind that the icon text has changed. And then a few small bug fixes here and there. Obviously, the big one was that for the 10-year Gozetsu co-op gacha, there was an opportunity where even though you might have had a monster, that the luck was not properly being displayed on the results screen. That has been fixed now. So anybody who is still not pulled on that yet, you will be able to reliably take the luck on face value and get them directly in game. Also, a few small things in rare situations when the strike shot flipped monsters sling style, that was not actually working correctly. If you go to your affinity list with your friends, sometimes the bar would turn green. That has been fixed. And monsters that have an ascension would sometimes incorrectly show the ascension screen instead of the evolution screen, which was intended. Again, in rare situations, that bug has been fixed as well. All right, and of course, with an update comes the 50% update gacha. It's a literal coin flip on whether you get a 4-5-star monster or not. It does cost orbs, right? It costs 5 orbs, which does mean if you have your Hoshidama ready, it will tick it up by 1. So please be careful about that if you are at 49 out of 50. And of course, just another reminder, this only includes general pool monsters, so do not expect any limited monsters because they do not exist in this gacha. Now I'm trying to find where my alt is. I'm gonna do that. And oh, we got Kaupi, I think. Yeah, Kaupi, Kampi. Sorry. So yeah, Kampi is the other monster that I keep messing up the names on. So that is that, and actually while I wrap up, I will try to get my alt account pulling. The only last thing, of course, is the fact that please don't forget to do this Morling Orb post-update quest. It is only available for a limited time, but you do get 5 orbs for clearing it. Easily makes up for the orb that you spend on the 50-50, or just pocket the 5 orbs for later and you can pass on this either. It's not a big deal, but if you're starting, honestly, I recommend it. It's not bad to do a 50-50 pull to possibly get another monster to help fill out a gap in your box, which, you know, you sorely need. So before we go, let's get my alt account pulling and see if we get any love from that. And right, no need to tap because there's no limited monsters coming out. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, so double hit for my accounts today on the version 27.0. So, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions with the update, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you like what you saw. Comments are appreciated, especially you know, if you have any questions. No worries about asking anything here. ENGmonster on Twitter/X to get the latest news. We should have news tonight, so please make sure you tune into that. And of course, the Discord channel is available for those of you who love the game and want to speak with others live. There's a lot of people active there, so take advantage of it. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.